What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a little bit of a look at some alternate art box topper tamers. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We need to take a little bit of a gander at these tamers because, frankly, well, we've got new tamers. And they're not new tamers per se. They are alternate art versions of tamers from the set, but still, that's pretty gosh darned awesome. And these are confirmed to be box toppers over in Japan for BT5. And it is worth pointing out that our box toppers and Japan's box toppers have been the same. Like, that's just been a rule up till now. Now, in Booster 1.0, we did amalgamate 2 sets worth of box toppers into one, essentially to catch up, because we had 2 sets to do 3 sets worth of box toppers, but from then on in, our box toppers and Japan's are the same. So although we don't have actual confirmation that these 6 tamer cards are going to be the box toppers for our BT5, let's be perfectly clear, they are going to be our 6 box toppers for BT5. I feel absolutely, completely confident making that prediction, because it's the only thing that makes sense. And I know, for some reason, it's trendy. If you like a card game, my theory is that we should be, you know, giving love to the people that make the card game. But if for some reason it's trendy to just constantly assume that the company that runs your card game is inept and going to ruin things, even though Bandai have been pretty awesome in many ways. Well, one of the many ways they've been awesome is making sure we get these box toppers just like Japan rather than leaving us hanging, and that is awesome. Now, I'll be honest with you, I suspect that one of these box toppers will be significantly more popular than the others, so you get 1 per box, a 1 in 6 chance. I'm going to be checking the prices of these when this set really gets out there, but I feel fairly confident that one of these is going to end up being a lot more expensive than the others. And we might as well start over there. It is Nokia Ciramine. I should mention we've got exactly 6 tamers in the set, so this is all of them. I don't need to tell you why this is going to be the most popular one in the set. I'd like it if that weren't true, but let's say when cards with this style of artwork are released, videos that I make on them always have a lot more views. But Nokia Ciramine is actually a really good card. You get to play 1 Agumon or Gabumon from your hand without paying its memory cost when you play it, which honestly essentially makes it a free tamer. Like, the vast majority of your Agumon or Gabumon are going to end up being free cost cards anyway, but what you're essentially doing here is just, you know, playing a tamer for free. But then, when you Digivolve one of your Digimon into something with Greymon, Garurumon, or Omnimon in its name, so the play skill has to be specifically Agumon or Gabumon, but the Digivolution is anything that's got that in their name, you may suspend this tamer to reduce the memory cost by 1. So this should, in theory, end up being free to play, because you play this and a free cost Digimon for free cost. But then you get to save, well, pretty much every turn if you can keep Digivolving up. This is going to be a very good card, which is going to see a bunch of play. Although, to be clear, I said this at the time, and my opinions have not changed. Takumi Iba is probably the best tamer we've seen. 2-cost tamer, and when you Digivolve, you may suspend it to draw a card. Anytime you Digivolve any of your Digimon, you may suspend it to draw a card. Bearing in mind, if you've got multiple tamers out, multiple Takumi Ibas out, you can essentially, and if you've got 4 of them out, and that's a lot to ask, but just play along for a second. If you've got 4 of them out, you can essentially suspend all of them and draw 4 cards when you Digivolve. We don't see draw like this really ever. So yeah, this is really good, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, and it also destroys Rookie Rush, because it says that while it's in play, essentially, every level 3 when it attacks loses you a memory, which is obviously going to destroy level 3 decks, i.e. Rookie Rush decks, and that's amazing. The other non-dual tamer, non-double tamer, call it what you will, is Arata Sanada, a free cost tamer. At the start of your turn, if you've got a Digimon with unidentified in its type in your trash, you gain a memory. And just as a quick side note here, we're talking Diabolomon. This is full-on Diabolomon. This is the Diabolomon Tamer. And the unidentified type is basically all the way up to, Diabolomon and even a little bit beyond. So if you're playing kind of a Diabolomon deck, this is it. If you're not, it's not. But also, on your turn, when you Digivolve your Digimon into Diabolomon, you may suspend this Tamer to play a Diabolomon token. So we've already got plenty of ways to play Diabolomon tokens. This essentially gives us another way to do so, bearing in mind that we do have Armageddonmon here, which is going to give you protection from that horrible, nasty Omnimon, which really is the reason why in the Booster 1.0 format, Diabolomon is just unplayable. Essentially, the deck revolves around spamming the field with tokens, and when Omnimon comes out, you delete all Digimon with one particular name, i.e. all the Diabolomon and all the tokens. Well, Armageddonmon fixes that by turning off play skills or Digivolving skills on level 7s, i.e. Omnimon. So, yeah. Arad Sonata is a really specific card, right? It's for Omnimon decks. But if you're playing an Omnimon deck, it's pretty awesome. Now, we do also have lovely alternate arts of all of the others. Essentially all of these double tamers. And just a quick shout out to the artists here. I mean, the art here is really, really nice. I am quite a bit of a fan. Although, to be fair, I mean, one of the reasons we knew straight off the bat that the Digimon TCG was being taken really seriously by Bandai was that all of the artwork is brand new commissioned artwork, which is not always the case when we are looking at brand new TCGs. So we got Izzy Izumi and Mimi Tachikawa. All of these doubles are 4-cost tamers, which you might expect because they're essentially double tamers. And they really are like double tamers. At the start of your turn, if your opponent has a Digimon suspended, gain 2 memory, which is double what we'd usually expect. And on your turn, when your level 5 green Digimon attacks, you may suspend this tamer to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. And then Digivolve the attacking Digimon into a level 6 green Digimon you find without paying its cost. And yeah, I am fully aware that you're not always going to have a level 6 in the top 3 cards of your deck. And I am also fully aware that if you don't, you're essentially attacking with a level 5, which might end up getting deleted. So this is a risky skill, and you're going to have to think really hard about it. What you don't want to do is attack with a level 5 with the level 6 and then get deleted because you were just a level 5. But the fact that you're essentially gaining 2 memory at the start of pretty much every turn, like if your opponent has attacked on their previous turn with anything, they will have a suspended Digimon. Ha! Well, almost anything. And then the fact that you can get this cheeky evolution, like I cannot be the only one that thinks this looks kind of good. Now, we're also getting Sora Takenouchi and Joe Kiddo, a 4-cost blue option card. At the start of your turn, if your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards, gain 2 memory. And, we can look at this next to the starter deck mat, and this is literally double the starter deck mat. As in, it is the exact same skill, but you gain 2 memory rather than 1. Like I say, these really are like double tamers. And on your turn, when one of your blue Digimon attacks, you may suspend this to trash the bottom 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Clearly, very powerful in blue decks. And then finally, we got Takumi and Matt Ashida, which is a white tamer card. At the start of your turn, if your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon, you gain 2 memory. I really like the idea here that essentially they start the turn with a level 6, you gain 2 memory because of it, and then you go and delete it during your turn. There's something about that amuses me greatly. That sounds like fun. And as well as that, you also have a second skill here, where on your turn, your Digimon with Omnimon in their name gain security attack +1. So clearly in any deck playing Omnimon, or I suppose I should say one of them their Omnimon, this is going to be a really good tamer, because you're going to constantly have security attack +1, and that's got to be a pretty gosh darn good thing. I like all of these tamers, I like all of the alternate arts, and frankly, I'm going to be buying at least 2 or 3 boxes of every set. My wife might be in earshot, so maybe don't tell her that. She might not be able to hear me, fingers crossed. But it just makes me a little bit sad that I'm unlikely to get all 6 of these. but whichever ones I do get, sounds pretty good to me. No, they are not confirmed to be box toppers for our BT5, but as I've explained, they are blatantly going to be box toppers for our BT5. I'm excited, but I'd like to know how excited you are, and of course, I'd like to know which of these you most want to get. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.